This video is fair use under Section 107 of Copyright Act 1976. Now let the chaos begin.
But evidently, Craig said that they had suffered due to Sebastian's case. That it was, he said it has brought us so much fucking drama. Repeated, we suffered for that fucking case. Said, at some point, you have to move on. It's old. Nobody cares anymore. Cockroach said, don't say that. Something like that, right? Listen here. You think Sebastian deserves that? You think Seth deserves that? His mother, his family, anybody? I don't care. And bitch, you see Seth in here? Hi, Seth. You think you're going to run that mouth? I don't know. I ain't looked at it. I hear it's pretty toothless. You want to talk about my age? I got all my teeth. But I've been hearing you ain't got some of yours. But you want to run that toothless mouth and try to stir shit and talk about Smileys flipped on Seth? You see Seth in here? Well, Seth's going to hear it all tonight. Nothing we ain't talked about on the phone about anything. He knows everything. I know everything. Chris knows I talked to Seth. Seth knows I have talked to Chris. It ain't like me and Chris and Katie sit on the phone day and night. I mean, you know, what the hell, man? Try to stir that shit. You need to lick that spoon, bitch. You need to lick that spoon. You and Sticky Fingers over there. I hear my name was in her mouth tonight, too, but yet she don't watch this. Well, then how in the hell did she know all this was coming out? Y'all some crackheads, I'm telling you. In my opinion. Let me tell you who does care about Sebastian. His father cares. I care. Other people care that put their time and effort into this, and not for a dime. You know, not for putting up Sebastian and other children's or adults saying, I'm going to do a live stream and then falling dead asleep on the whatever it is you got over there. I don't know. I don't watch it. I don't know. Right? First of all, you wouldn't have a case, and you wouldn't have made a dime off of somebody else's child named Sebastian, because you've made plenty. If it wasn't for Sebastian and the case that you say is such a bother. How about staying out of it? How about that? How about that? Well, let me ask you a question. We don't, you know, I know I'll probably get some flack for this, and I really don't care. People say, don't bring people's kids in. Hell, mine's been brought in plenty times, so I'm fixing to bring. I'm just asking a question. All I'm doing is asking a question. I'm not trying to be mean. I really am not trying to be mean. But, you know, when you're a new parent, I'll just put it in general, hypothetically. But when you're a new parent, how do you stay on YouTube all these hours and fall asleep and argue with everybody? And my question is, when do you have time? I don't think I've heard anybody on these streets ask, when do you have time to bond with your newborn child, your newborn baby? That's what real mothers do. I'm just curious. I'm just asking a question. Do you know what bonding is? I'm just asking a question. I was thinking about that today on my long 10-hour drive. Y'all have no morals, no scruples, no nothing. To me, I don't care if, you know, I don't care what you had, no, I don't care if he was drunk, high as a kite, sober as a judge. He had no right to say that. And guess what? You're responsible for who is in your home. You're responsible for who is on your live. You're responsible for your, I don't even want to call him a man. But what I want you to know is this. If I die tonight, bitch, in my lifetime, I have accomplished more in my life than you ever will live to be, if you even live to be 260 fucking years old. So kick rocks with that. How about them apples? Because I guess kick rocks might be the only one there to defend you stupidly. And maybe even be there to change your diapers when you get old, bitch, because you're going to get old. Old dumpster boy ain't going to do it for you. He'll run off with the first chick that's a lot prettier and a lot younger than you, trust and believe. And out of 6 kids, what, you got 3 remaining? Three that you take care of? Who do you think is going, are you going to straighten your ass up? And this is an old woman giving you advice. Free advice, wisdom, call it what you want, bitch. Out of those 3, are you going to straighten your ass up and give them reason when you get old? If you make it, hell, you might come across the wrong one, baby. To help you when you need it. Look, you have zero business, zero, in any of these cases. In any of these cases. And you want to talk about Seth? Honey, Seth, why do you think he don't answer your text messages? I don't usually speak for him or nobody else, but I'm going to speak. I think he said plenty enough in his text message. That's why he was text messaging him today, right? Backpedaling like bullshit. I can only imagine. I was laughing my ass off going down the road listening to Quincy today. You have zero business talking about Sebastian. He don't, look, girl, it's free speech. It's a freedom. You know, that's what everybody's hollering on the internet right now, right? You can do what you want. He don't even want to talk to you. I'm sure he don't want you talking about his kid, though. But you do you, boo. If you can stay awake long enough. Look, you're the one that makes your life miserable. You're the one that makes every penny you can off of every child, every family. That's where you and I are different. Let me tell you something, bitch. I did Summer's case for 4 years. No cash apps. no nothing. And now I'm not monetized again. I even heard that thing over there say, you know, hey, it gets attention, it brings in the views, it gets the money, this, that, and other, right? You know what you're doing, playing victim. You are no victim. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers is the victim. He's the victim, isn't he? He is the victim. These parents are the victim. You're not a victim. You're not a victim. You're a disgrace, in my opinion. I will always be who I am going to be, who I am, me. And I will always stand by Seth. I have not turned on Seth. And bitch, I did not say Seth got you pregnant. Frankly, I don't think Seth would touch you with Craig's fucking dick. If you want to know the truth and get raw, let's get raw. He probably wouldn't touch you with Chris's fucking dick if you want to know the truth about it. Now, that's about as vulgar as I'm going to get. I mean, do you realize there is he's now 17, a 15-year-old boy missing, and it was so disgraceful to hear you today get on there and backtrack the bullshit and go back on what everybody said and what this one said and what that one said and that one, because you're trying to cover your ass. And guess what? If you only knew what people really thought about you, if you only knew, but I will never, never get mad enough to ever break that trust or that confidence. Bitch. Bumfuckling freaking drunk that you claim is so drunk all the time in the back. Why would you even do that? Why would you do that to yourself? It's crazy. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, you act like... I mean, I don't even know. I mean, awareness, it's not drama. It's wanting answers. It's refusing to forget. You know, not saying, this is too much. You know, it's time to move on. Well, then move on, bitch. Move on, asshole. Get out of the room. Go do something. Get a job. Find a hobby. When I hear somebody say, and I heard this in summer, nobody cares anymore, I can't help but think, tell that to the father, tell that to this family, tell that to the people who still pray for Sebastian, tell that to the people who put up flyers still, who still share his picture, who refuse to forget. Because missing children do not have an expiration date. Their cases do not become less important because time has passed or because you're too inconvenient. Who are you? Nobody asked you to step in here and put his name out. Awareness is not drama. Refusing to forget isn't drama either. If the attention surrounding any missing child has caused an inconvenience to any adults, I would suggest remembering who the real victim is. It's not the creators. It's not the channels. It's not the commentators. And in this case, it's damn sure not Brittney J. I have to ask, you know, if this was your child, would you want people to move on? Would you want people saying, nobody cares anymore? Would you want somebody's husband or boyfriend or in the background drunk saying, to move on? To be so insensitive and so fucking selfish? You know? It's old news. It's too much time had passed. I don't believe you would. Because when it's your child, every day, every second matters. Or it should. You know, I can't 100% say that. When it's your child, every birthday should matter. Every holiday should matter. Every unanswered question should matter. Maybe that's the way I should phrase it. So no, I personally don't believe caring about Sebastian is old. And if it's ruining your fucking life, turn around, don't look back. And that means with people, places, things, you should know what that means, right? You gotta change it. People, places, and things. Keep doing the same thing over and over again, right? And keep crying, victim, and keep crying, wolf, till one day it's gonna really matter. But nobody's gonna be there. Yeah, it's ruined the parents' life. All of them. Have I been kind? Nope. But have I flipped and flopped and changed my mind? No. But can I be an adult? Can I apologize? And am I truly, from the bottom of my heart, sorry for some of the things I said? Abso-freaking-fucking-lutely. Absolutely. Absolutely. And see, that's the difference in me and you, girl. I can look at everybody's heart and all sides. And I can talk with anybody, any walk of life. And bitch, I bet that's some skill you'll never have. I believe compassion doesn't have an expiration date. Cases don't become less important because they're inconvenient to talk about. If remembering a missing child bothers some people, perhaps they need to ask themselves why. Because one thing I know for sure, Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers deserved better, and he still deserves better. And every time trash like this happens, and some trash bag does some bullshit like this on a child's name or case, he still deserves better. And the parents deserve better. And frankly, every damn one of the parents deserve more respect than this. And until there are answers, there will be, oh my God, so many people out there that's never going to give up. So you can sit there and say, I saw him on somebody's panel the other day, his father, because, and that's twice I've heard that out of your mouth, and I don't even watch you. And too bad you didn't think about it, wasn't it? See, you don't have that heart. You don't have that compassion. You're just thinking about that almighty dollar. That almighty dollar that'll make you holler. That's all you think about. You don't think about people.
Chica.